What's up guys, Jenna here and back again for another video, and today I want to ask if Red Dead Redemption 2 has gone downhill into 2019. Were reviewers too quick off the mark to praise Red Dead Redemption 2 rather than give it time for it to reveal its flaws? Now I'm doing this video because I've seen a lot of people, especially since the launch of the online service with Red Dead Redemption 2, saying that the game feels stale, saying that it was overhyped, because at first people were saying that Red Dead Redemption 2 was a masterpiece. We use this term so easily when it comes around to video games, and they said it was going to be Game of the Year. Unfortunately it wasn't. I always said it would never win Game of the Year in 2018. So here we are, it is the end of January 2019, and I'm asking if Red Dead Redemption 2 is dead. So I'm going to talk about this from my perspective. I streamed Red Dead Redemption 2, I was devoted, I was there. I got into chapter 4 and I started to lose interest. I lost interest in the first Red Dead Redemption because the environment was too bland. I felt that even the side missions didn't add enough layering to Red Dead Redemption for me to want to keep playing it. I think I'm starting to feel the same way with Red Dead Redemption 2, and unfortunately I was one of those reviewers that were really on the hype train, that bought the Ultimate Special Kick-Ass Edition and that gave it a really positive review here on YouTube and on my website over at juicygamereviews.com. But the online mode really did it for me. There was nothing to do. There was absolutely nothing to do. I found it too slow. I found that there were more bugs in the online that I was willing to accept, and that made me feel a little bit sad. I think Rockstar are the kings and queens of sandbox games, but I'm starting to feel like they're just kings and queens of the Grand Theft Auto franchise rather than kind of sandbox games, because I don't feel that Red Dead Redemption 2 is quite up to scratch anymore. Now, I know there have been multiple updates for Red Dead Redemption 2 online, and that's great, and I can't comment on that because I just haven't picked it up and played it. I've simply seen a ton of tweets. I've seen the official Rockstar Facebook page and Twitter putting out updates on new patch notes. And Nick, if you're watching this, my friend, she is a huge Rockstar fan. And even she said in my stream chats, like, I'm getting really bored of it. And then I saw my auntie the other day and she said to me, she goes, you completed Red Dead 2 yet? And I'm like, no, I've just got into chapter 4 and I'm really bored. And she felt the same way. So I was like, hang on a minute. You know, I'm putting this out to my view base just to see if this is just me, or if there's like a general trend of gamers, critics and reviewers alike that are feeling the same way about this game. Now, what would for me personally, if we have this huge map, okay, like we've got on Red Dead Redemption 2, I feel that at this stage, excuse me, I would have liked to have seen more towns. Because I can find, you're traveling from A to B and it is sometimes such a long way to get there. Like, what do you do? You might get kind of ambushed and things, kind of little shootout might incur. You might stop to skin an animal, but what value does that really add? How much does that progress the story? There's no trophies really for that. For me, Red Dead Redemption 2 is mission based. It's those missions that perpetuate the story. It is rich in story, and I think sometimes you can have this climax and the story's progressing, it's progressing, and then you've kind of got to travel somewhere or do something, and your interest in the story just kind of dips, and by the time you get to the next point, you've forgotten what that part of the story was about, and that part of the story, and that part of the story. So maybe it's consistency. Maybe it's a lack of consistency in the map, a lack of consistency in the way the story is perpetuated, and a general lack of pace that I feel we've all started to feel when playing Red Dead Redemption 2, not just for the story, but in the online mode as well. So the controls have always been an issue with Red Dead Redemption 2. I use the example of getting into and out of cover in Red Dead 2 because it's so freaking clunky that at times you feel like an amateur because you're so robotic in trying to kind of get in, and then you kind of stick to the rock or the wall or the cart, you try and get out and you just go around the corner. Like for me, that's still, you know, it's not been addressed, and people, to my surprise, are still bringing that up as an issue. And I think to myself, it all comes down to that hype train again. I was terrible for it. I can only speak for myself. Like, I spent £220 when that launched. I bought 2 editions of the game, which I'm very happy with, and I bought 2 editions of the guide. So I was clearly invested, and I clearly wanted that little bit more, and that's my own fault. And now I've given it some time, I just feel that I have to kind of put this out just to see what other people think. Now, if you go onto something like Metacritic, you can see a trend in people's reviews. Like just after launch, there were a lot of 10s, and then, you know, kind of coming into like November, December, you start to see those 10s turn into 7s, 6s and 5s, and then kind of so on and so forth. So I think this is a really interesting thing as far as the games go, because surely when a game is released and multiple patches that comes out and little pockets of content come out, surely that should improve a game. Surely that should make people want that little bit more. But in this case, it actually seems to have devolved the experience with Red Dead Redemption 2. Call me crazy, this is just my opinion. But that's kind of what I'm taking from it. What do you guys think? I'm sure we can really hash it out. We had some great debates in a video last week, and I really like you guys to kind of give me some substance to your comments in the comment section below. And I would love it as well, just because I will try and read every comment. But please let me know what you think about Red Dead Redemption 2 as we're month 1 is done in 2019. So there we go. Short video than usual. Please share this video to Twitter using hashtag TheGebs24 so I can give away some channel cards of my banner art, and I will retweet everything you guys share. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys join me in the next one. I got loads of planned streams, everything is all going on. So thank you. Have a great day. I'm looking forward to continuing this debate in the comments. My name is Gemma. Take care. See you soon.